Hey guys, Dislitter Magic here, and Elaine Chase, I don't remember what she does, community manager or something like that at Wizards of the Coast, a pretty high up staff member, actually commented on this situation with a bunch of sex offender judges. Who would have thought? We thought they were just going to hide from it because it's bad PR. Well, like that'll make us stop. Anyway, first of all, most importantly, cute kitties. Oh my god, let's check out the cute kitty. Oh, that is adorable. Look at that. Oh my god. Secondly, she starts out by saying, recently misinformation circulated on social media regarding Wizards policies, event staffing, and Magic judges. Not really. I mean, the best you could get away with is misleading comments like saying, oh, these people are active judges, they're at F&M right now, which is not necessarily true. But then again, nobody said that. I mean, it was kind of implied by certain people involved in this, not me. But we never outright said anything false. Let's just put it that way. Then she goes on to say, safety at Magic events is our top priority. We have a zero tolerance policy for sex offenders. Okay, like if you say you have a zero tolerance policy against blah, but then don't actually do anything, you're just saying things. Like I could say I have a zero tolerance policy against guns at my shop, but until I put up a metal detector, start patting people down, it's just talk. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually solve the problem or stop anything. Also, guns are welcome at my shop. Anyway, our standard and long-standing practice is to suspend offenders from the DCI and or remove stores from the WPN. Here's the funny thing. I actually know one guy who got like tons of reports. He's actually from Wisconsin for like racist and sexist comments to like customers and stuff. And enough people reported him that he himself personally got his whole store kicked out of the WPN. At least that's the way I understand how the story went down. So I'm going to have more details on that in the near future. Thanks almost exclusively to somebody from my Patreon account. So awesomeness. Anyway, like I said, I mean, unless they do something about this, you can't just say it. I could say I have a zero tolerance policy against whatever. Until I take an action, it's just words. It's nothing. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't mean anything. Anybody could say they're against it. It's just like the whole like, oh, global warming and the environment. You can say you're against it, but until you take an action, you're not really helping. You could go whatever, plant a tree or something. Now you're doing something. You're doing an actual action, but words don't do anything. And here's the thing. Okay, so that's their long-standing practice. There's like 8 or 9 people with lifetime bans on the entire DCI system. The public bans, it's a public list. It's like a couple hundred people actually. These people weren't, as a whole, were not on there. And this is even worse. Okay, they got caught editing it. So pretty much everybody who's been mentioned by name in past videos on various people's channels or social media, Twitter, whatever, anybody who was like, hey, this is a convicted sex offender and they're also currently listed as a judge and they're also, currently not on the DCI ban list. Why? Well, Wizards has now gone in and added them with lifetime bans, and now they're making this ridiculous statement, pretending like that was what they did all along, that we were all completely wrong and it was misinformation and we're all fake news. No. I mean, if somebody kind of implied or made it sound like these people were like literally active judges at F&M on a weekly basis right now this second, then that was misconstrued. That's not what any of us were saying. But if people got that impression, because I mean, a lot of people like Jeremy, they made statements where they were saying stuff like, okay, we don't know, like this person could walk in and use their DCI number because it's not going to be rejected by the tournament scoring software. That is what we do know. Now, are they active judges? Are they at F&M? When was the last time they judged? Did they not go near another tournament after their conviction, probably as terms of their probation? Maybe. I mean, we don't know. And that's what everyone was saying is we don't know. But they're not banned for life. We knew that. And so now they've almost received like a retroactive ban for stuff they did like 1 to 2 to 3 years ago, which is ridiculous because now they're with these two statements she made, it makes it look like, oh, we were wrong, we were lying, we were exaggerating. They actually are banned for life and it's all nothing. No, they're banned now. Okay. Everything is being swept under the rug right now. Wait until you see the replies to these tweets. Anyway, 3 out of 5. Next, she goes on to say Magic judges a fan-run community and separate from Wizards of the Coast. Oh, let's pull that card out and play it because we haven't played that one yet. It's probably tucked in between the multiple race cards that they keep playing. But anyway, Now it's a fan-run community. It's completely separate from Wizards. Okay, so first of all, that's BS. There's nothing separate about the judge program, okay? Wizards, like, makes the rules, sort of. I mean, it's kind of the top-tier judges that make the rules, whatever. But they aren't paid. They are all volunteers. But to say that they're separate from Wizards is utterly ridiculous. I mean, they work more closely with Wizards than some people who work at Wizards, like some of their writers. I mean, it's not separate. It might be, like, legally and, like, corporation structurally separate, like for reasons like this and for liability, but it's not really logically separate. That is such a ridiculous thing that they pull out. Every time there's a problem with the judges, they pull out the whole, they're separate, that we don't run them, they run themselves. It's a community thing. It's like a fan-made project. It has nothing to do with us, which is just such a drastic exaggeration. Anyway, Magic Judges, a fan-run community and separate from Wizards of the Coast, regularly posts anniversary blogs, which sometimes include erroneous anniversaries for former judges not currently certified. Yeah, that happens a lot, either because of lapsing certification or active decertification due to conduct. Well, if they were decertified, why are they still on the list? I mean, it's like, and then it's like you guys are telling them, hey, remove this person from the judge program. It's almost like you guys run the judge program. You say who can be a member and who can't. Everybody knows these are lies. Okay, let's see what other BS they have to say. Retailers and tournament organizers are responsible for staffing events they run, and basically, they themselves are required to comply with all the laws. Now, they aren't wrong there, and that is all they are legally probably required to do. Maybe it's just what's the right thing to do? What is the actual way to actually solve this problem? So I don't disagree with her that they can just shift it to them and say, this is it. It's just a product. You, as your local gaming store, are not a subsidiary or affiliate of Wizards of the Coast. You just carry our products and you hold our events and we allow you to use our name, okay? You're not part of us, so if you're going to have a judge show up, if you're going to have anybody show up, you're going to have your own damn staff members show up, you're responsible to background check them. The problem is, one, they don't enforce it, and two, nobody's doing that. I mean, I've never even heard of an LGS that background checks their judges. Maybe there's a couple out there that do, but Wizards isn't telling them to. The judge program is not telling them to. Nobody's telling them to do this. It's fair to say that a lot of LGSs actually have no idea that they're, quote, supposed to be doing this, because honestly, nobody told them they're supposed to be doing this. Are they even supposed to be doing this? And why doesn't Wizards do it? They're the ones with the staff, the computers, the potential subscriptions to background checking services, just whatever. They should be in charge of this. It's ridiculous because they're the ones who decide, oh, let's ban this person or not. Although if somebody's caught cheating, usually it is just up to the judge committee and the head of the judge committees and the head judges at the event to decide if the person is DCI banned or not. But still, Wizards operates the DCI system. So to say that the judges don't work with or for, they're completely separate, it's ridiculous because they don't. And to say that the judges are completely separate when the whole they work with the DCI system, which is managed on Wizards server under their domain on their website, it's just a fantasy. It's such a ridiculous statement. So it's all connected. So if they're trying to say, okay, we will continue to work with retailers and TOs to ensure safe and inclusive communities, they're saying we're just going to keep telling the actual locations to just do it themselves. Just the burden's on you, the cost is on you, which by the way, the cost is $0, at least in Wisconsin. If you want to background check somebody for the entire state of Wisconsin, so if they committed a crime in another state, this will not catch it. But first of all, the sex offender registry is public. That's nationwide. That's US-wide. Now, other countries, okay, I get it. If they operate in 200 countries, how are they going to background check people in 200 different countries? But they're an American company, do the American ones. That's a start. That's simple. It's a free public database. Hello. It would literally cost you almost nothing. They don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. They don't want to take the staffing time or the effort or anything. They don't want to admit there's a problem, evidently. And some of them actively do not want to do anything about it. And in my opinion, it's because they're such SJWs and they're so pro-LGBTQ P, let's add that to the end because that's a thing. Guess what the P stands for? That they feel like, sex offenders are unfairly treated by society, and they can't help what their orientation is. And yeah, it's a shame, and they probably shouldn't commit crimes and stuff, but I feel so bad for them. We need to stop, pedo bashing or whatever they call it. And that's like a huge movement. Okay, so don't think that that's a bunch of just nut jobs out there with the flat earthers saying we need to treat pedos better. No, it's a lot of the same people that are screaming about equality and privilege and all this other bullshit. So it's pretty safe to say that just sheer probability, just math, that a lot of people, not a lot, but some people at Wizards probably are kind of like pro sex offenders, basically. I mean, I hate to phrase it that way, but that's basically what it is. It's the whole, they can't help it, let's be nice to them. Oh, they just need rehabilitation. We need to help them with self-control or whatever. I mean, I think we should just kill sex offenders and pedophiles, just execute them. That's where I stand on this. But not everybody has that opinion. So I think that's what's at the basis of this, because it's not just cost. My God, even if they went with the most expensive background checking, government grade like background checks and had to pay a fortune for it, it still would cost less than a person. I mean, it's probably $10,000 a year for something like that, just ballpark. And then one staff member to operate it, or development time to do an automated system using an API. That's it. One-time cost, run it. That's it. That's all it would take them. So it's not about money. They have enough money to do this if it was a priority for them. So it comes down to, are they actually basically pro-sex offenders? And, do they want the PR of having to say that they had to fix it? Because they could spin this. They could spin this however they want. They're like, oh, this was brought to our attention. Okay, it's clear that even though it was up to the local gaming stores, they aren't doing their job. So we're going to step in and make sure that we add an extra layer of security to keep kids safe. That would be how a normal company would handle this situation. Why they're trying to avoid it and dodge it and blame everybody else and say it's not their problem and take zero steps, like real steps, like actual practical real steps to solve this problem and keep sex offenders away from kid players and basically everybody else. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you other than me suspecting that some of them feel bad for them, to say the least. So the fifth pile of crap written by Elaine is proper channels for reporting misconduct, judge misconduct to the judge conduct committee, magicjudgefeedback@gmail.com. Boy, it'd be a shame if somebody just false flagged the shit out of that account and got it shut down. I wouldn't do that because I'm so above that. Retailer or player misconduct to investigations@wizards.com. Wonder if that's also where you report their either fake manufactured or real leaks. I mean, we should all send them pictures. Hey, somebody just leaked your entire art book and ruined your entire storyline. You should look into it. I think no joke, I think that's actually fraud@wizards.com. They have another department for that. No joke. One of my favorite departments at Wizards, actually, because they found the guy responsible for stealing that entire sheet of Ixalan, which that guy was a douchebag, so... one of the few divisions at Wizards I really agree with. Although they investigated Jeremy's situation, I think it was the same people, and you saw where that went. Totally railroaded. So, so this is just 5 tweets full of absolute and utter BS, misinformation, dodging, deflecting, and most importantly, doing nothing about it. I mean, all they said that they're going to do about it is we're going to continue to work with retailers and TOs to ensure safe and inclusive communities. Inclusive, who gives a shit? Okay, right now you're including pedophiles, so maybe you should scratch inclusive and just double down on safe. And instead of just, we're going to send an email to all the WPN people and post it on our WPN site and say, hey, make sure that your judges aren't sex offenders. It's on you because we're sure as hell not going to do anything about it. We totally don't have the resources, time, or effort, and it's not a corporate priority of ours. I mean, are you fucking kidding me right now? It's just ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Let's take another game, for example. I heard from a respectable source, actually multiple, that the Pokemon judges are background check, and I'm pretty sure it's by the Pokemon Company International. So maybe one of you can verify that, but that's what they do. And in fact, probably Yu-Gi-Oh! And Forcible the same way, if they even have judges. I don't even freaking know. Probably don't need one for those games because they're a lot less complicated. So, yeah, them shifting it to the stores is going to do nothing. Just, I mean, maybe the stores are going to be like, oh, crap, like, we're kind of liable for this, maybe? Like if one of our judges was a sex offender and we didn't personally do anything about it, Elaine might be 100% on the head that just from a pure legal, like, ignore what the right thing to do is, just from a legal standpoint, is it up to them to comply with their own city, county, and state laws about background checking volunteers? Yeah, it is up to them. But should Wizards do something about it? Yes. Yes, they should. I mean, nobody's in disagreement about that except for apparently Elaine Chase and a couple people who run Wizards of the Coast. The entire community disagrees. Speaking of that, let's read some replies. Are you ready for this one? Oh, it's got to get a little spicy. Some of these are mine too, by the way. Hey, there we go. It's 100% verified legitimate information. Fix the problem and stop trying to cover it up and lie about it. 43 likes. Let's see. You know, there is a really simple solution to this entire situation. Make background checks mandatory to become part of a judge of your game. I love how they're trying to say, like, it's not their product, not their game, not anything. We're distancing ourselves. Oh my God, we don't even print Magic. Like, come on, really? Then have them updated every 2 years. I've done them. They're not expensive. Yeah, they're actually free in my state. Let's see. Can you define background check for the purposes of that requirement? Because people are already like, oh crap, we have to do this now? They're just going back and forth. Let's see. I don't even get that reference. Wizard of the Coast will not ever be receiving another penny from me until you step in and take control of the judge program. Yes, or at least this one issue. Just start running some goddamn background checks. My God. Carly, what's up? Love you, girl. I have no evidence from you showing that the information that came to light is indeed misinformation. That's true. Really, nothing that was said was word for word provably false. So, yep. The misinformation is that Wizards has not done anything about it. Wait, isn't that supporting them? But has indeed already done something about some. That's what I would be willing to bet. What? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, they scrubbed their names off of certain lists quietly, I might add. That's right. I think they removed the judges' like participation records from certain tournaments or something like that. I heard, or something, maybe not quite that bad, but it was bad. And he says, yeah, they still haven't DCI banned most of them. Well, they have now as of literally yesterday. Several of them are still judges, so not anymore. So to spread the whole the rumor that they were active judges, I mean, it appeared to be the case, but it may not have been the case. Maybe they're just updating the DCI ban system to reflect that, the ban system. But as far as I know, that's literally a database dump. So if they walked into an LGS and tried to enter their DCI number into the computer, it would have worked until like yesterday, as far as we know. So maybe that's not true, but as far as we know, that's what it is. I'm sure that one's not in support of her. Oh, that's right. Okay, the meme is why you always lying. Okay. Thanks, Skeptical. Mana Leak, thank you, Elaine. Keep up the great work. Do I even need to click on this to tell you what the replies to that piece of It wasn't polite. Oh, let's click on it. Okay. What's great work? They have done nothing to address the issue. All it's done is say, hey, this ain't our problem. Didn't the Mana Leak hide his account and remove all the bad things he's ever said online? Oh yeah, he did. Figures, sellout. Glad to know you support pedophiles, man. Congrats. Bah ha 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 ha. Wow, I never thought I'd see shilling at such a level. It's over 9,000. The memery of this. Just the sheer memery. Gunning for that preview card I see. Oh, I am just normal Korean. I love you. Let's see. Of course, the Mana Cuck is taking up his sword in shield. Good grief. You don't even want to know what the rest of them were. Let's read some more Elaine replies. Yeah, the Mana Leak, it's clear what side he's on. Actually, 90% of all sanctioned Magic under organized play is at the regular REL, which actually does not require a judge. I don't think that that's true anymore. They changed it like 4 times since I started playing, so I'm not sure where it's sitting at now. Let's see what this person said. Whatever. So, yeah, so they're saying, yeah, so even at that level, it's not worth it to protect the children. Exactly. I'd like to see an official statement on the Daily MTG page regarding these issues in detail instead of Elaine's personal account. There's a point. You just made one. Good point. Misinformation that convicted child abusers aren't banned because it appeared that they weren't banned until yesterday. When a guy who said stuff on Twitter is. Guys, don't post offensive memes or be conservative. Not a good idea. Actually, he's hyper liberal. I don't know why I keep saying that. Let's see. They need to get their standards in order. Pathetic. Just pathetic. I'm literally shaking. I weep for any child affected by your woeful neglect. This family will no longer attend F&M or any MTG event again. I wouldn't either, because if they just say it's up to the stores and it's not our problem, while that may be legally true, it is morally reprehensible. Google caches don't lie, you do. You only banned these people after the report came out. Yes, they were there for months, or yet they were there for months. That is 100% true. Look it up on archive.org. Let's see. Yep, suspended DCI memberships. That's the page that they're talking about. That's where you find it, which it's on wizards.com. They own the list. They control it. Let's see, except that we can see convicted sex offenders judged events and kept WPNs years after conviction. Well, that appeared to be true, and honestly, I think I heard that they retroactively removed judges' names who participated in high-level events from the events like log and notes to cover up the fact that they were there and actively judging while already having been convicted. That's the rumor that I heard, just FYI. Great, awesome. So does this mean that sex offenders can't play in Magic tournaments? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because Channel Fireball runs the tournaments and they aren't doing shit about it either, as far as we know. So, yep, I don't even know what that one's about. Yep, Google Cache and other sites have a copy before you edit it. So yeah, they're getting caught in their own little lie here. Little revisionist history there, Elaine. Next time the company you are representing decides to lie, at least make sure that your lie is not transparent. Several convicted pedophiles, A, don't have their DCI numbers banned, and B, are still judges. I mean, people seem to be implying that they have proof that that's true. So, awesome. Let's see. Thank you, Elaine Chase. This was the greatest gift I could have ever asked to receive. Screw you. All right, let's see. Wow, people really need to stop believing bad research and defamation so blindly. Yep. What misinformation? Known convicted pedophiles were judging events sanctioned by Wizards and Hasbro? Or Hasbro, would you agree wholeheartedly, if they're interested in protecting children, that it would be in Wizards of the Coast's best interest that they themselves create safeguards? Yeah, it would. Why are you trying to cover this up? Suspended DCI memberships. Everybody was linking to this 13 hours ago because I think even then it still didn't have these people on it. They're like, you're literally lying. And then they scrambled to add their names to it. Absolutely disgusting. Your response to this is as much of a joke as the card stock you put out these days. Oh, spicy. Spicy from Weeb Supremacist. And it goes on and 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 on. I think 2 people supported her. 2. There's about 150 replies, 168 replies. 2 people that I saw supported her. So, yeah, people actually care about child security more than you do, Elaine and Wizards. So this is probably not the end of it, because honestly, this right here, I'm going to screenshot these 5 tweets and include them in all my dumps to the mass media, because eventually this will be on CNN. Remember when, Hasbro, not Wizards, Hasbro got caught illegally tracking children with, I want to say like a Transformers website, some kind of Club Penguin ripoff, and some other properties. A couple of websites were illegally gathering information about kids, which is illegal in the US without parent permission and massively illegal in some European countries. That headline was all over. It was on Slashdot. It was on CNN. It was everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Everybody picked up the story. This is like that times a million, okay? Knowingly letting pedophiles into the judge program, doing nothing to stop it other than shifting the blame, and just ignoring it, trying to sweep it under the rug, and then trying to edit your thing to fit your lie. Oh my God, this news story writes itself. This is going to blow up in their faces. I am going to personally make sure of it. So good luck with that, Wizards, on doubling down on this ridiculous bullshit. And I hope you lose a lot of customers over it, because you deserve it. Fix the problem. Background check your damn judges. I'll see you guys next video.